We are here, ForHimDating, matchmaking in Ukraine, and as I promised, we have Didier and Zoya, married for 1 year, living in New York. We are hosted with our friend Mike here in New Jersey, Seaside Park, and this is a kind of last moment idea just to fulfill the promise I made in terms of for you guys to understand what are the process in terms of K1 visa. Didi and Zoya made a K1 visa. Mike, we made the tourist visa, and she's coming next month. So 2 different experiences, and what we want to know, and I believe you guys want to know also, is how did Didi succeed in making his K1 visa. So I would like him to share with us, after all the episodes that we already know from the previous 2 videos that you can see the links below. We have here Didier to say, was difficult the process of K1 visa, paperwork, the time it take, is it needed a lawyer or no, and is that expensive or no?
Okay, for the K1 visa, it didn't take that much time because Zoya came here for the first time of her life through the K1 visa. So K1 visa took 5 months, and then after another 5 months for the permit of work and security SSL, means she's on her way to adjust to the green card. So for now, K1 took 5 months, which is good, I should say, and permit of work, and as with the adjustment with the parole, that means she can go out of the United States and come back in the United States before having a green card, took another 5 months and $5,000, lawyer included. You maintain your lawyer, it's much more easy and secure the whole situation.
So it's important to have a good lawyer. Any lawyer can do it.
Yes, it's better have a good lawyer.
And a good lawyer costs $5,000.
Roughly, with all into the immigration fees also. So it's roughly $5,000. Yes, but it's worth it because unless you are a lawyer yourself or you have the time to do so, but I don't like to have a paperwork to do so. Lawyer is the best friend you can have in the United States.
So we can say that you spent 5 months to get the K1 visa. Then Zoya came, you married.
Yes.
And then it took 5 months more, and she has now the permit. She can work.
She can work legally.
She can leave the country and back.
Yes, but this is advanced parole. When you file up for the permit of work, which precedes the green card, while they're working in immigration, there are little staff working on immigration, so they have a lot of job to do. So basically they send you permit of work and the social, which is very, very important, the social number, because you start to create your life here in the United States. And also along with the advanced parole, which means she can leave and come back unless the immigration officer refuses her, which is still a possibility, we never know. But basically it's kind of a good procedure. The procedure works and doesn't take that much of a time so far.
So Zoya, she has a daughter, and you brought her along with her here.
True, same.
Was that more difficult?
No. It's recommended if you bring your future with the daughter. It's recommended to bring them together. Very important, because if it's separate, you're gonna have run into more paperwork and more fees with the lawyer. So if you take your future spouse, better take it as he is, as real life with the daughter. If she have a daughter, I mean, if she have a child or children, bring them with her. It's very important because it's gonna cost much more expensive and gonna delay the procedure for sure.
So when you spoke about the $5,000, include her daughter also on the expenses?
Correct.
So can I say that if it would be only her would be half price?
No, we couldn't say that. It would be $3,500 or something like this, roughly. So, but you know, with $5,000, because lawyers does take different prices. It's roughly the standards, but in general it's much more you can count 5 grand like this. You're not surprised. It's best like this, you know.
But you could do it without the lawyer also.
You can do it without the lawyer. It's not. It's a lot of
pressure.
The
documents is like.
So basically, you download on the internet the certain, I don't know, the I-485. I'm not sure about the number. There's a lot of formula to. There is a lot of. It's a questionnaire. This is very thick and extremely annoying to do with or without lawyer. You have to do that. And it states your previous marriage, if you have any. It states your income, you know. It states you can handle having a family here, and she will be not slave. And they're very, very picky in the United States for that. You should treat your wife and your family very carefully. If not, they can be denied for their own good, you know. The United States is a country that takes care of children and women, compared to France, which I originate from. I mean, still, but they're very picky on that. And the questionnaire they submit to you is annoying, but absolutely necessary to fill up the most accurately possible.
The question that I would like to share with them that is on your experience. I know that you are a very preserved person in your personal life, so you also have business here, but you didn't want to expose your life that open, so you declared something around minimums of what would be your income, what
that is
you
correct.
have. So could you share with us what is the minimum level that an American citizen can declare and be succeeded as you was?
I mean, for one woman and a child, $75,000 is kind of on the limits, minimum
income.
limits. Yeah, income a year. That said, it's a raw amount without the taxes, you know. So 75,000 is not bad.
So you can say that someone that makes $75,000 a year have no problem to apply for a K1 visa.
So far, yeah.
Okay.
So far, I never had any problem. But that depends on the dossier of immigration. Once again, I insist to say that my wife came here with the intention of marriage. She never set a foot in the United States. That's very important. Now, if she would have come like a tourist visa, it might have more complicated or more delayed. Or if you marry your wife in Ukraine and you present her in the United States with the tourist visa to come, it will take more time for sure, and it may cost more expensive also. As well as if she had previously go in the United States, may delay the process because immigration will do more research onto the case, and there are not a lot of people working in immigration, and they have a lot of immigrants to come, so it's not that easy.
The other question I wanted to put is that you considered to marry her in Ukraine before you come. That would be a problem. That would aggravate the process.
Yes, it would have delayed the process. My lawyers told me it's better that she comes with a K1 and marry in the United States. Much better than marry in Ukraine and then declare her as your wife still in Ukraine. That will delay the process. This is not a solution. I wouldn't recommend you to marry in Ukraine and then after in the US. I would say you marry in the US and then after, if you want, you do whatever you want. But definitely not come with a marital status in the United States. It's better to follow the procedure most simple as possible. Immigration love the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what they learn in America. So you want to bring your fiancé and marry her here after, within the delay of 90 days of the visa. You have plenty of time to see if you go well together in everyday life, I think.
Okay, so Zoya, now can you stand a little bit? Okay, because I'm working only with one microphone there. And something that is very important to people that to listen is how difficult it was for you to arrive here with your daughter during the first year.
I already almost forget, you know. It's looking like was simple.
Okay, he's a very cool guy, make your life easy, but how was the society, how was the people? How did you feel? You feel completely out of home, lost?
People nice, they always say like you're welcome, so it's nothing wrong here, so I feel like
just you have stress to change area first of all, but you not feel stress from people here. They willingly want to help you with your problems here, and also, which is good, my daughter before didn't speak English. Now she started in 1 year to speak English, and she make your life here and friends. So I become every day more better and better and more happy alive here. Yes.
Okay. So now we go to our friend and host, Mike. Mike is starting everything now that Didier already made. There's any other way that I also sometimes advise our clients and friends to try is now we have a bird singing for us, but this goes along with the scenario. It's the problem to live close to the sea.
Yeah, with a wonderful house.
So Mike is trying the other way. Mike is bringing here his future wife on a tourist visa. So this is for you guys to say that it's not that expensive. It's also a lottery when it's in the terms of K1 visa. The state will care about what he has, or in this case what he has, and what the woman have is not that important. They are paying attention for health care, if they are healthy, if they do not have any criminal things, if the children on this case have permission from parents, father on this case, to come, and how much money the future wives have or not, it really doesn't matter for the case. So on the case of Mike, we made a tourist visa. There's ways to do it, and I can help and teach people how to do it. It's not as expensive as a K1 visa, and in case of approval, but I underline that it's not a guarantee 100%, have high probabilities of success, and is worth the risk. And this brings you an opportunity to give her a 10 years visa. So this means she can come back and forth. She can visit you as much as she wants and you can afford. And I say afford because obviously, as you know, the capacity, the financial capacity also is very important in all this process. So Didier explained to us that coming for the first time make it easy.
Very easy.
I do not know, honestly speaking, how difficult it can be because she was here already before. But I also know that there's the case that Mike, she's here, he can decide to marry her and apply the papers, and they are not going to kick her out.
No.
Because of that, so
Correct.
may make the process a little bit more complicated. So this to say that if you want to risk on the tourist visa, she comes and can stay here maximum 90 days, right?
No, 6 months.
6 months?
Maximum.
6 months
At once.
at once.
So on this case, Mike will have the double time as Didier had, because Didier with the K1 visa it's 90 days, 3 months.
Correct.
On the tourist visa, the person can stay 6 months at once. So I believe that in 6 months everybody knows if it's to marry or not. Mm-hmm. So life can start that way, the marriage life. And now I ask you, was it difficult for you to do that in terms of paperwork? What
Yeah,
do
it was very easy for me because I didn't do any of the paperwork. The K1 visa is 100% guarantee, or 99% guarantee that if you go that route, you will get the visa. The tourist visa, the chances of a single Ukrainian girl traveling to the United States is 20 to 25% success rate that she'll get it. We have ways of increasing the percentage, which we won't divulge here, but we were able to file for the visa. She fills out the paperwork. It's the K1 visa is based on like Didier of can he supply the money? It's all on his financials. When she's applying for the visa, you don't want her saying that she's going to see a guy in America.
when we are talking about
It's a red flag.
Visa, yes. So
But everything is based on her. It's on her. If she owns a car, a house, her job, the money she has in the bank, and the Schengen visa. Those are the 5 criteria that they look for. And she was able to get the visa, to file the paperwork, and get the visa within a month. She had her embassy meeting the other day, and she said there was many people that were turned away, but she got a yes.
Yeah, in Ukraine, the American embassy have in average 150 people apply per day. So this is the reason why it's not so easy to get the visa. And as Mike said, on this case matters who is the woman, what is her capacity. One advice that I can give to you, and that Mike made that obviously, is that he helped her financially in terms of her proving that she have more money than really she has. On the case of Mike, she have a job, a good job, above average, and we can say above average, if I'm allowed to share. She have $400 a month of salary. This is already a good salary in Ukraine, but still not that enough money to give the authorities of the embassy on the immigration inspectors on this case very trust about her. So on this case, Mike sent a couple of thousands to her, and she was able to deposit that money, put the money on the bank account, show at the embassy interview that she can afford and she have pocket money enough for her stay. All this added to the papers and the tours that we arranged for her to prove. So now she is approved, now she have a visa, she can even buy her ticket by herself with the pounds that Mike helped her, and then she come back and she will give the money back to him. And it's how it works to be done the easy way if you do not want to assume the responsibility of marrying someone immediately. Because I believe one of them will for sure give me these comments. 3 months is not enough to know the person. Did he travel a lot? He met Zoya on the first trip, but he went there how many times?
Every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks.
I saw her for 3 weeks to 4 weeks. So it's a lot of time I was living with Zoya in Ukraine. So it's a bit different. So I knew what my position were and what her position about our future life. It's a bit different.
So this gave the guarantee for him to decide on the K1 visa. Mike, that's why they are those two together here, because they are a little bit two options. Mike went there several times also and spent lots of time there.
Yes, and I have the ability to go there for many weeks at a time, and we're early in our relationship, and it's important to me for her to see my world on this, this side of the world. So I went this route because she'll come here for a couple weeks. She could come for 6 months. If she gets a 10-year visa, we're not sure what visa she got, but if she has a 10-year visa, she'll come here only for 2 weeks because she don't want to quit her job. And so she'll see America. Then I'll go back over there and spend a month or so with her over there. She could come back again here early next year, which is it's summertime now, the end of summer here now. And then if she decides to stay, she could stay for 6 months at that point. And I believe that if we decide to marry, we can start the process of changing her travel visa to a K1 visa. And if Didier's was able to get his in 6 months, and she comes here, and we apply for that, I think she'll be approved before she has to leave the country. And she can always leave the country and then come back. You could spend a maximum of 6 months in the country, whether you come back once a month, every other month.
So it's the total
or
of
6 months at a time.
6 months is
Right. Within a year.
Within a year. So she can come 2 weeks, then 2 weeks, then 1 month, 3 months. You cannot pass the 180 days in 1 year.
Correct.
Right.
Okay?
Correct.
So to conclude all this, we have here 2 ways for you to be sure if this is the woman for you. We have, and I used to say, and this is not to be rude, but we need to know who is our future wife, and we only know who we have with us when we wake up in the morning with her beside us. So Didier made that experience in Ukraine, several trips. Mike is making that experience in the United States. Different ways to achieve the same goal, but above all, you really need to know your wife. She needs to be your friend first, and you need to have the time and, as you see, financial capacity to face all these things. And this is, once again, I ask, and I'm never tired to ask, please make your homework. Be sure that you can afford, that you do not have the time. and do not start what you cannot finish. So this is for the good and for the bad, what is needed for you to be able to have a Ukrainian woman as your future wife forever ever happy. Okay?
That's it.
Thank you for listeners, and see you on the next video.
Stay
Bye.
tuned. Stay tuned for
From
updates
New
on
York.
Mike,
Just say
because we'll make a video for that too
thank you.
once he gets here.
Okay, we will be back with Mike, relationship official.